Good morning and thank you for tuning in. This is Walter Mythguide reporting for GNN, the Gillinor News Network. This morning, the Port Sarim Sailing Authority has allowed adventurers to start lining up for the release of sailing licenses. With under 2 weeks until the release of sailing licenses on the 19th, excitement is building. Our ground crew is at the port now with a live interview with the first adventurer in line, Car Timon. Good morning, Car. How are you able to be first in line?
Walter, you sweet summer child. It was easy. All I had to do was camp out in front of the bushes towards Remington. Those dumb PSSA bureaucrats couldn't find me because they were too busy watching for those noobs chopping willow trees in Draenor. By being first in line, I am easily going to be the first to 99 sailing.
So, Car, if you have 2 weeks until the seas open up, how do you plan on keeping your place in line? I mean, surely you'll need to eat and use the bathroom.
That's easy, Walter. I have my mommy. Ma'am! Bathroom! Ma'am!
Car, are you serious? Oh my, production team, stay on me. Car's pants are
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
Ugh. Car, what are you doing? We are on a live broadcast.
Yeah, and I'm going to be the first to get my sailing license, and I'm not going to let some decrepit corporate news network force me to get out of line.
Take it easy, Car. We understand your desire to be number one, but wait, what's this? The Port Sarim Sailing Authority has apparently called an audible due to the congestion at the port this morning that's only expected to worsen as the 19th approaches. The PSSA has decided that they are moving away from the license model and will instead ban sailors from the waters should they fail to captain a seaworthy vessel. To fund their management of the sea, they will be opening up a shipwright in Port Sarim to sell beginner boats and boat customization options. They also announced plans to open up branches at other ports around Gillinor. That is fantastic news for the adventurers that actually have a life and cannot sit in line all day. Car, what do you think?
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Well, we can't blame him. At least he and the rest of you listening at home will be able to start sailing right away. Our next segment will be interviews of some of the possible crewmates adventurers will be able to recruit as they master sailing. But first, this word from our producer, WEEVS.
Thank you, Walter. Like many of you, I am excited for sailing. I'm trying to avoid adventuring so I don't get burned out before sailing launches. Instead, I've been playing a game on my comm orb called Arc Raiders. The graphics are better than the cameras we can afford here in our studio, the sound design is amazing, and the gameplay has me shut inside my POH.
Pull the chargers. Back 2-4, 2-3, no pass break. You're up.
Wait, extraction games are just the wilderness. Huh. In any case, you may have noticed the skill guides on your comm orb and minimap have updated this week. You can see stuff to discover out at sea and what to expect as you level up sailing. I cannot wait for you guys to meet the crewmates. Before I go, please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to our show. If you do, our broadcast is more likely to be promoted on the RuneTube comm orb app. Thank you so much for your viewership. That's all I have, Walter. Back to you at the desk.
And thank you, WEEVS. I hope you enjoy your time topside until sailing comes out. And without further ado, we begin our crewmate segment for this week's broadcast. Our ground team is live with Jobless Jim at Port Sarim. Jim, thank you for joining us. The name you gave us is intriguing. How did you get that nickname?
Oh, well, it's pretty simple, Walter. I worked as a yacht maker. When Remington elected morons Amdani as their mayor, he placed a luxury excise tax on yachts. He did this to punish the ultra-wealthy and make them pay. Instead, all they did was stop buying yachts. My company entered bankruptcy, and I was laid off as the yacht shipwright shut down. The alliterated nickname helps me tell that story without being reminded that my family is now without an income.
We are so sorry to hear that, Jim. If the goal was to make the wealthy pay, it seems that Morum will have to try a little harder. At least socialism is known for its high rates of success. So, Jim, what are you able to provide as a crewmate for adventurers when they hit 40 sailing?
Oh, absolutely nothing, Walter.
Well, I am sure they can find a way to put you to work. I know WEEVS is looking forward to having someone man the helm. Thank you for your time, Jim. Our next crewmate we have ready for an interview is none other than the ghost of Cabin Boy Jenkins. Jenkins, what is life like as a ghost, if you don't mind me asking?
Thanks for asking, Walter. I have lost every sense except my sense of smell, and I also locked in the areas related to my death. That means I am stuck here on Quandor, boats, or various other ports. What else? Oh yeah, I can only talk to people with those skull necklaces. Everyone else, one's in terror.
Well, Jenkins, you are a ghost child. I cannot imagine anything creepier than that. Frankly, I am squirming in my seat and we're separated by a comm orb contact spell. So, have you been able to figure out why you became a ghost? As far as I am aware, most people cease to exist, or if they are an adventurer, respawn in Lumbridge.
Oh yeah, I talked to our ghost at Port Phasmatis, and their situation seems different than mine. Something about Necovalis. Anyways, one of them did mention that typically ghosts are created because they weren't fulfilled in life. That would make sense given that I am only a boy. I always wanted to sail the seas, but Elvarg cut that short.
Yep, well, Jenkins, I hope you can rest easy knowing that adventurers responded to that by cutting Elvarg's neck short. I hope that you can live your dream. Sorry, that phrasing wasn't sensitive. I also hope that you can pursue your dream as you sail the seas with adventurers. Our final crewmate that we have time for this morning is Sailor Jacob of Catherby. We also have what seems to be a surprise guest next to him, Chad and Jacob. Good morning, Chad. What are you doing with Jacob there?
Yeah, what's up, Walter? Jacob's my dad, man. I grew up with him in Catherby shredding the waves on his surfboard, bruh.
Yeah, it's true, Chad here found adventuring to be more fun than catching waves with his dad. Surfing is my love, but sadly it doesn't pay the bills. A man's gotta eat, so early on in life I picked up sailing as a way to earn some coin. I would say after over 30 years on the sea, I'm quite a master of the trade.
Yeah, bro, like my dad, he's like the best sailor I know. This guy can like hit a seagull with a cannon, captain a ship through stormy waters, and carry all the cargo you could ask for, man.
You know, Chad, you're an adventurer. Will you be training sailing when you're allowed out at sea?
Yeah, man, I need to get my max Cape back, and I cannot wait to get a bit over halfway to 99. That way I can start to sail with my dad again. Like, I remember going on him on Bring Your Kid to Work Day growing up, and bruh, I'm telling you, dad strength is a real thing, man. I saw this man picking up cargo and chucking it in his ship like he was doing some shot put. Cha!
Wow, Jacob, do you still have all that strength after all these years?
Of course, man. Now, I'm a little more responsible after learning from my mistakes. It turns out throwing cargo has a high chance of causing breakage, so I don't do that anymore. But yes, I am what the kids call yoked.
Well, I am sure that adventurers cannot wait to have you on their ship. Jacob is the last crewmate that we had time for today. Thank you, Jacob and Chad, for your time, and thank you at home for your viewership. This has been Walter Mythkite for GNN, signing off.